Knowing what he has done to any family, even if it wasn't my mother.
Tonight, family and members of the Pueblo community gathered outside a local funeral home calling for answers after the state says inspectors found decomposing bodies inside a historic facility. We begin tonight with that 11 News alert. The Davis Mortuary in Pueblo is now suspended and cannot operate as authorities investigate why bodies awaiting cremation were reportedly found inside, some dating back years. The funeral home is co-owned by the Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter and his brother Chris. For part of the day, police, troopers, and the hazmat team were seen outside the building near Evans and Broadway. According to state documents, inspectors noticed a strong odor of decomposition yesterday during an annual inspection of the mortuary required under a new state law. Several bodies were found in a room they say was hidden by a cardboard display. Dora tells us it could be around 20 bodies. The report says Brian Cotter told inspectors some had been there for as much as 15 years. Investigators say the room was not temperature controlled.
This is a profound violation of trust and a heartbreaking betrayal of the families who entrusted their loved ones to this funeral home.
The Pueblo County DA says the investigative process is going to take time and no charges have been filed as of tonight. But family members who used the Pueblo funeral home for their loved ones did gather across the street this evening for a candlelight vigil. And they spoke with 11 News reporter Cameron Dean. Cameron's live near the funeral home tonight. And Cameron, people who've used this funeral home tell you they're now wondering whether their loved ones who they thought were cremated by the funeral home really were.
And Adam, the CBI director, says they're working to identify bodies and will notify families. But in the meantime, families say they are concerned who have used the Davis Mortuary for years.
Our wound was starting to close a little bit, but now it's wide open again.
Outside the Davis Mortuary in Pueblo, Shelly Arsenault says she wants clarity. Arsenault and several dozen others held a candlelight vigil sharing stories of family members they say they entrusted to the funeral home.
We were unable to tell our mother goodbye due to the pandemic. We had her cremated here. We took them as if we trusted them with our mother.
Another woman tells us her mother was cremated at Davis Mortuary last year. She says she wants to know if she actually has her remains.
Brenda Belcher, Brenda Eulery is her maiden name. She was born March 4th of 1960. She passed away on March 27th of 2024. It's really scary to think because we've been using this mortuary since they started.
There's been a lot of activity at the mortuary all day. People who use the mortuary services have showed up with candles, shirts of family members, expressing a collective feeling of disbelief.
Us not knowing hurts the most because they were supposed to come home with us. If my mom is in that secret room, oh Lord Jesus.
And finding comfort together as they wait for answers.
I really didn't think it would happen here. I never would have thought for 1 second.
The CBI director says his investigators are respectfully and humanely processing the scene, saying that this investigation will be a painstaking process that will take some time. Live in Pueblo, Cameron Dean, KKTV 11 News.
And we'll follow it every step of the way. Cameron, thank you. If you or your loved ones used the Davis Mortuary and you have questions or concerns, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation has set up a victims assistance tip line. You can either call 719-257-3359, that number right there, or email cbitips@state.co.us. The Pueblo County Sheriff says they do know where Brian Cotter is and that they have been in communication with him. He was first elected as coroner for Pueblo County in 2014, and he's now serving his third term, which runs through the end of next year. Cotter has worked for the coroner's office for over 20 years and has 25 years experience as a mortician. Cotter has owned the Davis Mortuary since 1989 with his brother, Chris Cotter. Investigators say they plan to question him and other associates as part of the investigation. When asked what would happen with his position as coroner, the director of CBI says they are exploring the legal and statutory options on how to proceed now. We also stopped by Brian Cotter's house today, hoping to catch him at home. No one answered the door when we knocked, but we did speak with a neighbor who didn't want us to show their face on camera.
He seems very normal and nice. It was shocking. Yeah, I was shocked to hear it.
Pueblo County commissioners also released a joint statement today saying they are continuing to gather information and, quote, Pueblo County is committed to fully cooperating with law enforcement throughout this investigation, as well as ensuring our community continues to be served by a functioning coroner office. The city of Pueblo says the mayor, commissioners, and the sheriff signed an emergency declaration requesting state resources for all deaths in Pueblo County. Mayor Graham says in part, this is difficult to process, yet we are grateful for the support of the CBI as they handle their investigative process to assist the victims affected by this.